Can I help?
What are your thoughts on the treasure rumor?
Ah, the treasure. X marks the headache. When I heard someone wanted to seriously search for it, I was overjoyed. Maybe I'd stop hearing about it for once. I sold the exploration rights in exchange for Ms. Silva funding the ship rebuild.
Do you have any interest in the treasure?
Certainly. All of us have tried looking for it, even Gunnar, though he'll deny it. Alas, I cannot speak for my treasure hunting abilities. Though I often go scavenging for lost artifacts in the hillsides, I have yet to succeed in finding anything aboard the Herlikide.
Were people upset you sold the exploration rights?
Oh, absolutely rabid, especially Gunnar. But I've long since learned that they'll hate anything I do. If I so much as cough in the wrong direction, I've got a mob of angry citizens on my porch. So enough with their complaints. If they feel such rage about it, they can come talk it out with me over a nice cuppa. They won't, of course.
Did you lock Magnus's cabin?
Yes. No one should be going in there until the authorities search everything.
Why not call the police?
Believe me, I want to. But I live life one step away from an angry mob on my doorstep. Why do you think I stay in the culture center?
I don't mind getting in trouble. What if I help you? I'll call them up myself.
Nancy, please. If you were to do that, you'd be tarred and feathered faster than you can say, Eja fjättla joku. In these parts, vigilante efforts are very much the norm. Even if the police were to come in, no one would talk. I hate to admit it, but it's up to the two of us to crack this case.
Goodbye.
Well, on with it.
Hey, Soren, can I use some of this gift wrap?
Yes.
Great. Now to pick a gift.
Hey.
So, say there is a treasure. What was it doing on the ship in the first place?
Who knows? Who cares? Money's money.
It just seems fishy is all.
It's Iceland. The economy runs on fish.
I found some pretty hostile messages between you and Magnus.
Sometimes a girl's gotta get angry to get what she wants. Scare people a little.
It sounded more like you were threatening him.
Okay. Then show me exactly where any of those threats came true. You can't, because they were empty. Just scare tactics, Nancy.
Elizabeth seems like she's withholding information.
She still seems pretty intense about Magnus as far as I can tell. And she thinks the treasure belongs to her. I've seen some exes do some pretty wild things when they're going through the stages of grief. That's why when I end a relationship, I just move to a different continent and change my phone number. So much easier than doing the whole breakup thing.
That must be exhausting.
Let's just say I don't really do mailing addresses anymore.
Bye-bye.
See ya, Drew.
You've reached Ned Dickerson. Unless you're a telemarketer or my older sister, in which case you've reached no one, because this number doesn't exist. For everyone else, leave a message.
Ned, call me back. I'm worried.
Ja?
Soren told me about your boat crash.
He will pay for a wagging tongue.
Who told me isn't important.
Oh, my little fisker, but it is. Soren is not one of us. He is an outsider. Born 10 miles away, a stranger.
10 miles away, and he's a stranger forever? Well, that seems unfair to Soren.
Unfair means nothing. You think because a culture is unfair, it will change for you? That is not the world. That is not Skipbrot.
How do you know Elizabeth?
I've known her since she was a negative pre-glimmer in her puppy's eye. Always had the local boys terrified, that one. She knows what she wants and heads for it straight as an arrow. Young men, not so good with a woman like that.
She's scary.
Aye, but right now, she wants revenge on Magnus, angrier than a bull seal on a full moon. Still, she lets me sleep and eat here, so that's worth something.
Did you know about her and Magnus?
We all did, my Fisker.
From the sound of things, it didn't end very well, unfortunately.
Magnus is good with waves, bad with women. No skills to speak of. He is, how do you say it? A runner. He runs.
Ouch. I'm glad he's not here to hear that.
I was bitten by a shark once. Now I can only speak the truth.
Oh, I didn't know that was a side effect of shark bites.
It is a curse I bear with pride.
Elizabeth said you threatened Magnus pretty directly.
I did. It was, how do you call it? Friendship.
That's friendship to you?
I threaten everyone.
It still seems a little strange.
Spoken by a woman with no friends.
Hey, I have friends.
Young American girl, alone in a foreign country, no parents, no travel companions. Sure, Fisker. Sure you do.
Okay, Gunnar. You spend a lot of time in the pub, don't you? Why?
What kind of a question is that? Am I a lonely little man sitting in the pub crying over a tiny plate of pretty biscuits, thinking about all the women I've ever lost and writing it all down in some wimpy little notebook? No! Then I would be Magnus. Me. I am a mountain wolf. I roam the wilds and I keep my own company. I am a predator.
I saw you taking a dinghy out.
Fishing trip.
You told me you gave up being on the water for good.
It wasn't me. It was my brother, the other Gunnar. He,
Gunnar.
Oh, curse the shark bite! I was looking for the treasure. But so far, only empty hands.
You sure about that?
Leave me in peace! Not now.
Blaseth.
I heard your messages on Magnus's machine. You mentioned ruining him.
I'm not proud of the way I reacted. You should know that.
I'm sorry to be so blunt, but it's part of the investigation.
Understood. Just know that I have moved past that now. A large part of me still cares about him. But I am healing and rebuilding. Stronger than before, I think.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
I could use a little space, Nancy.
Not now.
There are markings behind the barnacles.
I have a space bubble. You're violating it.
I could use a little space, Nancy.
These must be the sounding charts from Magnus's notebook. I need to find those numbers and the locator compass he mentioned. I'll try back later.